Several of The View hosts are conservatives and Republicans, but none of them are fans of the current administration. Co-hosts Ana Navarro and Joy Behar attacked a government official for what they say was a blatant instance of hypocrisy. Keep reading to find out what happened. Ana Navarro agrees with new airport dress code. Sean Duffy is the current transportation secretary in President Trump's second administration. However, many reality TV fans remember him as a contestant on MTV's The Real World in 1997. Now that the government is back open and the airports are running better, the transportation secretary set his sights on a new problem with air travel. The secretary launched a campaign to bring civility back to airports. He encouraged flyers to leave their pajamas and slippers at home and start dressing up instead. The reasoning was that we put our best foot forward when we're dressed better. Despite her outspoken criticism of the Trump administration, Ana Navarro was in complete agreement with the new unofficial airport dress code. Take my temperature, because I'm going to agree with a Trump cabinet member. I fly 4 times a week sometimes. I am tired of seeing people's cheeks, she said. Ana Navarro typically flies out of the Miami, Florida airport. She said that people look naked in the airport and on the flights. I don't think that's appropriate. Ana Navarro and Joy Behar attacked government official. Ana Navarro and her co-hosts agreed with the new campaign to a point. However, they quickly pointed out that at least one member of the Trump administration was a raging hypocrite on the topic of airport civility. The View hosts took aim at United States Secretary of Health and Human Services, Robert F. Kennedy Jr. In particular, after Sean Duffy launched his new campaign about bringing class back to the airport. An old photo of RFK Jr. was shared online. In 2023, RFK Jr. came under fire for sitting in the airport without shoes or socks on. Ana Navarro commented on the gross photo. Can you think about the bacteria on those hooves that's just being spread around? Sunny Hostin reminded viewers, and he's in charge of our health. Longtime host Joy Behar added her 2 cents to the topic. You know what gets me? Sean Duffy is talking about lack of civility. Doesn't he work for a guy who just called a reporter a piggy? She was referring to President Trump telling a reporter, "Quiet, piggy," during a tense exchange on Air Force One last week. The View shares controversial image of RFK Jr. In response to the controversy, RFK Jr. released a video back in 2023 of him relaxing in another airport without shoes or socks on, his bare feet rubbing against the carpeted floor. Hosts of The View shared the clip. Photo shown on The View of RFK Jr. in an airport with bare feet. Sean Duffy's new campaign to make air travel a better experience has come under fire from all sides. Many people point out that airports around the country are working with fewer air traffic controllers after DOJ purged the departments earlier this year. So what people wear in the airport is the least of the problems with flying. Tell us in the comments what you think about the campaign to bring civility back to the airports. In a recent episode of the popular daytime talk show, The View, tensions flared among the co-hosts as they dissected a surprising new government initiative aimed at restoring civility in airports. Despite the show's reputation for lively debates and often partisan banter, the episode took an intriguing turn when several hosts, known for their conservative and Republican leanings, publicly expressed ambivalence, and in some cases outright disagreement, with the current administration's stance on public decorum and hypocrisy. The new campaign for airport civility, a fresh take on travel etiquette. The controversy ignited when Sean Duffy, the current transportation secretary under President Donald Trump's second term, launched a campaign encouraging airline travelers to dress more appropriately when flying. Duffy, a former reality TV star turned government official, urged passengers to leave their pajamas, slippers, and casual attire at home, advocating instead for a return to civility and respect in airports. In a series of public statements and social media posts, Duffy emphasized that we should put our best foot forward, arguing that how people present themselves in public spaces reflects on the nation's civility. When you're in an airport, you're representing more than just yourself, he stated. It's about respect for others and the dignity of travel. His campaign, though met with some amusement, was also met with skepticism. Critics argued that such efforts were superficial, especially when the airline industry faces far more pressing issues like staffing shortages, security concerns, and infrastructure decay. Ana Navarro's unexpected agreement. One of the most surprising aspects of this story was the reaction from The View's own Ana Navarro, a prominent conservative voice and vocal critic of many aspects of the Trump administration. Known for her outspoken commentary, Navarro initially has been a fierce critic of government policies she perceives as divisive or hypocritical. However, in a rare moment of bipartisan agreement, Navarro expressed her support for Duffy's campaign. "Take my temperature," she said with a smirk, "because I'm going to agree with a Trump cabinet member on something. I fly 4 times a week, sometimes more, and I am tired of seeing people's, well, let's just say, cheeks." She paused, clearly annoyed. "People look naked in the airport. It's not appropriate. We're not in our living rooms, we're in a public space. It's about respect." Navarro, who often criticizes the casual dress culture, pointed out that she finds it uncomfortable and unprofessional when travelers show up in pajamas or slippers. "I don't think it's too much to ask for people to dress like they care about themselves and others," she added. Joy Behar joins the chorus. Joy Behar, another veteran host of The View, echoed Navarro's sentiments but also pointed out the inconsistency that often accompanies such debates. "I agree," she said, "but here's the thing. This campaign is great, but it's hilarious when you see the hypocrisy in the very people pushing it." Behar then turned her focus to Robert F. Kennedy Jr., the current U.S. Secretary of Health and Human Services, who recently became the subject of scrutiny due to an unflattering photo circulating online. The picture showed Kennedy sitting in an airport lounge with his shoes and socks off, barefoot, and in what many considered an unsanitary state. The hosts shared the picture on the show, accompanied by commentary. Navarro remarked, "Can you imagine the bacteria just festering on those hooves? I mean, it's gross." Sonny Hostin chimed in, "And he's in charge of our health? That's a little concerning." The hypocrisy of public figures. The hosts then delved into the broader issue of hypocrisy among public officials regarding civility, decorum, and personal hygiene. Joy Behar brought up a recent incident involving President Trump, who, during a heated exchange with a reporter, called the journalist a piggy and told him to shut up, illustrating a lack of civility at the highest levels of government. "Here's the irony," Behar said. "Sean Duffy is out here pushing civility, but his boss, Trump, was calling a reporter a piggy just last week." It's hard to take these campaigns seriously when the people leading them are so hypocritical. The discussion extended to RFK Jr., whose social media posts and public appearances have sometimes shown him in casual or even disrespectful settings, like the airport barefoot photo. The hosts questioned whether such behavior truly warranted public outrage, or if it was just another example of political double standards. RFK Jr., who has garnered attention for his views on health and vaccines, became a focal point for the debate. In 2023, he posted a video of himself relaxing in an airport lounge, barefoot, rubbing his feet on the carpet. The hosts shared the clip, with Navarro joking, "That's the kind of hygiene we're supposed to be concerned about, really."